Hey, and welcome to Champs Wines. My name is Matt, and on this channel we talk about taking fruit and turning it into something you'd want to toast. We talk about wine making, mead making, fermentation, and everything in between, from the basic conversation to the advanced conversation. That's what this channel is all about. Today we're going to be talking about the Buon Vino Wine Filter produced in Canada for the at-home wine enthusiast. Right off the bat, no secrets here. This is going to be for the true wine home enthusiasts, and we'll discuss why. For those that haven't made any wine yet and you're still thinking about it, stick around. We're going to be posting a lot of informational and educational videos. We've been focusing a lot in TikTok and YouTube Shorts with all of the wines that I make. But this is a new channel and we're going to get it up and running. For those that have been making wine for a while, or maybe you made a few batches, every now and then you get a batch that just doesn't want to clear. Maybe it's the pectin haze. We all know that grapefruit, lemon, and certain types of fruits just have more pectin than others. And that's exactly what I have right now on lemon grapefruit wine. I combine the two pectin masters into one wine, and it's just not clearing right now. There's a little bit of a haze to it. It doesn't affect the flavor. It doesn't affect anything else to it, the nose on it or anything else, the nose or the smell of the wine. It's just simply what I would call not polished. And I like to have a polished wine. We like to produce wines to give to our friends and our family. And part of that is that clarity. So when somebody holds the bottle, it looks polished, it looks impressive, and there's nothing inside that bottle that's going to raise any question with anybody that might be drinking it. And those outside of the winemaking world will see something inside the bottle and might question it, like, what is this? And that's what we're trying to avoid. So since we have this troubled wine that refuses to clear, this is probably the best test that I'm going to be able to ever give you guys for this filter. Today you're going to see me triple filter this wine. We're going to use all three filters that Buon has to offer. The coarse filter, which is the first level of filtering, then the polish filter, or the number 2, which is the next level of filtering, and the number 3 filter, which is the sterile filter. So we're going to go all three filters today, see exactly, one, does it work? Do we get a clear wine? Do we go from cloudy to clear, like I like to say? How much wine total are we going to lose to this process? I don't mind losing some wine. All of those that have made wine know that it's okay to discard some wine, and you're always going to have some kind of loss to get that polished wine. But how much are we going to lose through leakage, through the filters leaking, through anything like that? So I'm kind of curious about all of that. We'll talk a little bit about what the filter comes with as a whole, what the price is, how to set it up, the pros and cons of it, and some final thoughts. So let's get right into it.
You'll get 4 hoses of varying sizes to set up the filter. I keep them bundled up with a zip tie so I don't lose any. This hose goes into the wine you're filtering, and inside is a stainless steel rod to help with stabilizing the hose inside the carboy. The pressure for the filter pads consists of 2 knobs that get screwed on. Easy to get off and remove, the metal pressure plate and 3 plastic filter frames. Then we'll sanitize everything with Star San and add 1 cadmium tablet to the water to soak the filter pads in for at least a minute. After plugging in the filter, you'll insert the first pad with the coarse side facing you, and don't worry, it's easy to tell which side is which. You'll see 2 holes, top and bottom, which have to be lined up with the plastic filter frame holes. You'll repeat this process 3 times with the last plastic frame having an inlet and an outlet. Then you'll place a metal pressure plate on, the washers, then the 2 screw-on knobs. The important part with the knobs is to tighten them with even pressure. The pads need to be pressed evenly across their surface, otherwise it will leak like crazy into the drip tray and you'll lose wine. Here's the first con in my opinion. Since there's only 2 pressure points in the middle, the ends are left with little pressure, which causes leaks. I got a tip from another wine guy to use these 2 clamps to create more pressure, which works great, problem solved. This is the smaller diameter hose for the drip tray. You'll need at least 1 jar to catch the drips. And this blue clip here is another recommendation of mine. It holds the drip hose in the jar so you don't have to worry about it coming out and making a mess. You'll also need 1 gallon of water and 1 empty vessel to pump that into. The filter requires 1 gallon of water be pumped through it before any wine to dust off any debris in the filter. Here's the inlet going into the filter, and here's the outlet where filtered water or wine exits. So now our 1 gallon of water is done, and we're ready to filter wine. Notice the drip hose and the outlet hose are in the drip jar. This is to get rid of any water before placing the outlet hose into your secondary carboy. Here the wine is starting to come out, and we're looking for it to make it through the filter and push all the excess water out. You can see this water is still here. Now you can see the wine. Now I'm going to turn off the pump and move the outlet hose into the new carboy to pump in the filtered wine, and then turn the filter back on. Here is another con. The outlet hose from the filter has to be pushed down initially for a second to remove the air from the line. If you push the hose down, it goes away pretty fast, so not a problem. You can see the white filter cap on the end of the hose with the stainless steel wire here. This is the first filter, and it did make an improvement, you can see here, but not the improvement I wanted yet. But this is just the coarse filter, and we have 2 filters to go. Another tip, pay attention to the hose toward the end, otherwise you'll quickly add oxygen that you don't want into your wine. Here's the fine lees left behind. This is about the average amount that I leave at the bottom. There's always waste in winemaking. The goal is just to minimize it. After 1 run through the filter, these look pretty good and you can see a little bit of debris, but nothing too bad. These are designed to filter 5 to 6 gallons per filter set. I filtered the wine 2 more times, once with the number 2 polishing set and then with the number 3 sterile set. I didn't record that process, but I did capture what a clogged filter looks like. You can see the wine spraying out of the filter, and this is what happens when the filter is done and it's clogged. And I don't blame the filter, this wine had a thicker haze than most. Consider this really a torture test of sorts. Look at the finished product. This is a polished wine with great clarity. This really saved me a lot of time and energy on my part and took a wine that was probably rack only that I wouldn't give out and turned it into a beautiful product that I would love to give as a gift. And then I bottled it and was really happy with the final product. This was a 3-gallon batch that should have made 15 bottles, and I lost 3 and ended up with 12 bottles. And honestly, that's perfectly fine with me.
All right, so let's talk about the cons a little bit. The cons are obviously going to be the first one that stands out to me is the price. $224 to get started, plus another $45 for a set of 10 filters for your first 60 gallons of wine. That's a fair amount of money for anybody to spend on it. So it really is for the wine enthusiast. Also, you're going to need those set of clamps that I showed you. If you really want it to work properly, those clamps are very important. The way that they designed that machine, it is sturdy, and I do like the construction of it. But without those clamps, it doesn't pressurize the filters enough, and you can get a lot of leakage, which a lot of leakage translates into lost wine. So something to think about. And the last con really is going to be adding time. So it does take about an hour process, like I said, to sanitize it, to get it set up, and then to finally do the filtering and then clean it. So something to keep in mind. A con, adding time to your process. The pros really are here for the wine enthusiast. It works. It takes a hazy batch of wine and it makes it gift worthy instead of rack only, if that makes sense. And if that's what you're looking for, is to have some kind of tool in your toolbox to attack a wine that just won't clear up and you're just having issues with it and you really want to give it out to friends and family, or maybe you just like to polish your final product and really get into the niche of winemaking, this is where the pros come in at, and this product is definitely for those type of people. So what do you think? Is it worth it? Throw it out in the comments below. What are your go-to clearing methods? If this video helped you out and you found any value in it, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you like winemaking and mead making adventures, this is the place to be. And until the next one, cheers.